So let me show you briefly how to create and share a folder in Google Drive. This is one of the first things you'll need to do for this course. Some of you have probably done this before and don't really need this video, but just to be sure, I want to make sure I show you how to create and share a folder using Google Drive. We will be using Google Drive extensively in this course for storing files and for collaborating and giving feedback to each other. So when you first log into your UALR My ID Blackboard page, you see this top level page. It just says My Blackboard, My Organizations, etc. at the top. And at the left are two links. One says My Dashboard and Ottenheimer Library. If you click the Ottenheimer Library, it looks like this. This is the My Dashboard. So we want My Dashboard. And then to get to Google Drive, if you've never done that before, there's a quick link box in the left. And the second link under here says check your email. And beneath that, it says access G Suite apps like Gmail, Calendar, Drive, and Groups. So because we are a Google school, we have access for free to all of these various Google Suite tools that we'll be using in this class. So for now, we want Drive. So under the quick links, check your mail, look for the link that says Drive. Click that, and it opens a page that looks like this. Now, I've been using Google Drive for a number of years, so I have a ton of files and folders in here. If you're just getting started, it may just be a blank white screen, but you'll see the Google Drive logo in the upper left-hand corner, and then very importantly, you will see the UA Little Rock logo in the upper right-hand corner. And you'll notice that as I move my cursor over that, it says Google account Michael Stephen Greer, msgreer@ualr.edu. That's important because it tells me which account I am logged into. I'll give you a tip. 99% of all problems people have with Google Drive are a result of being logged into the wrong account. Most of us have at least one personal Gmail account, and it's very common that you'll be logged into your personal account and you won't realize it. And so what happens is you'll go to click a link in the course website and it will say you don't have permission to access this file. That's because you're not logged into your ualr.edu email. So if you send me a notification requesting permission, I'll say, oops, wrong account. Please be sure you're logged into ualr.edu. So the way to tell which version of Drive you're in is to look for that logo. And if you've uploaded a photo, as I have, you can see your own little photo there. So this tells you you're in the right account. So again, be sure you're logged in as your ualr.edu person. You may have more Google accounts than you realize. If you have a YouTube account, that's also Google. So some of us have 2 or 3. I actually think, I don't know, if I click on this, I think I have like 7, maybe more. I don't know. I spend half my day logging out and logging back in to the right account. So word to the wise, just be sure when you get started, you're logged into the right place. So once you see that logo and you see Google Drive, you're ready to go. So how do you create a folder? Well, there's this button in the upper left corner that says New, and it has this multicolored plus symbol, as in plus, add something plus to your drive. So I click the New, and then it gives me this little box with options. Folder, file upload, Google Docs, Google Sheets, more. There's all kinds of things you can do, and we'll come back here to do Google Sites later. But for now, we want a folder. So again, click the New button and then select Folder. And now it gives you a pop-up dialog box that basically is saying, what do you want to call this folder? By default, it is called Untitled Folder. That's not very helpful. For our purposes in this class, I would like you to use the following naming conventions for your files and folders. So put your last name first. So I'm going to put Greer. And then for the folder, just put the name of the course, Rhett 7372, and then the year, 2019. Most importantly is that you put your last name first so that I can organize the files and they will show up in my folder in alphabetical order. So last name, Rhett 7372, 2019. So I've got the file name, and then I click the blue button that says Create. It has now created that folder, and there it is. Greer, Rhett 7372, 2019. Now you can see some of these folders, let me zoom in a little more and make this bigger for you. Some of these folders, like this one, have a little white silhouette of a person on there. That tells you that that is a shared folder. Some of these folders do not have a silhouette on them. That tells you it's a private folder, or as in it's not shared with anybody else. So for now, I've created a folder and I'm the only one that can access that. So I then, now that I've created the folder, how do I share it? Well, in this case, you want to share it with me. So what you do is you can right click on it and it brings up share here. You can also do the same thing at the top of the page, highlight the folder that you want to share and click this little button right here, the little person with the plus icon, meaning I want to add a person to my folder. So you can do the same thing either way. Right click with your mouse on the file, share, or person icon up here. So we'll click the person icon. And so now it says, who do you want to share that with? In this case, you want to share it with me. So MSGREER, whoops. Not Miles. Wow, I didn't know there was a Miles Greer. That's confusing. That's new. There's somebody named Miles Greer now. So I'm MS Greer at ualr.edu, not MS Greer 1. That's somebody else. So Michael Stephen Greer, you'll see my picture. And then over here is the little pencil icon. And this icon here on this little drop-down menu is the settings for how you want to share it with me. And in this case, you want it to say, can organize, add, and edit. So you're basically giving me complete access to your files. The other option is view only. So if you see the little eyeball icon, that means that you're only allowing people to view the files and they cannot edit or comment on them. You want it to be this one. It's the little pencil icon. So you have two options. So make sure it's not the eyeball, make sure it's the pencil icon. And then you can add a note that says, hi, here's my folder. Thanks, whatever you want to say. And then when you click the send button, it shares the folder with me and sends me an email to notify me that you have just shared a folder with me and I will have access to it. So that's the process that you use. We're done. And I'm going to just delete this because I'm not going to be using it other than for this demo. That's the process that you use for creating and sharing a file, a folder in Google Drive. And then once you've created that folder, because you have shared the folder with me, any document or file you put in the folder is also shared with me. That's why it's so useful. You just create that folder. That's your one-stop shop for everything for the course, all of your projects, all of your assignments, all of your notes, anything that you want. Just drag it into that folder. And by default, once you share the folder with me, all of the files inside the folder are also shared with me, and we are in business. So that's the process that you need to use. Thanks for listening.